use the Bloom plugin by Elegant Themes. So the Bloom plugin is a premium plugin that gives you really cool email opt-in forms that look just like this. And somebody would just come to your website, type in their email, click on subscribe, and they're done. And there are tons of different ways to customize the Bloom plugin. So I will cover that in this tutorial. And I'm sure you guys have seen the Bloom plugin all over the internet. So these are all created with the Bloom plugin. And like I said, these probably look very similar to a lot of the websites that you go to because the Bloom plugin, it's pretty well known on the internet. And if you purchase the Divi theme, you get this plugin for free, okay? And also, if you guys just aren't creative and you just can't think of something to, design, they have 115 templates to choose from. And these are some really well-designed templates. I personally use one on my website. I think I use a blue one. I think I use this one right here for my website. So in this tutorial, I will cover how to use the Bloom plugin. And like I said, if you haven't purchased the Divi theme, you can't use it. You'll have to purchase it and then you can use it. So, you'll have to purchase I think it's the middle package or the developer, and then you will get access to the Bloom plugin. But for those of you who've been watching my other videos, I know that you have been purchasing the Divi theme. So you guys can actually get it for free. And I recommend using it because why not? It's for free, right? It's included with the Divi theme. So the first thing you need to do is go to members area right here and go to themes. Go ahead and scroll down and just download the Bloom plugin right here. So this is the Bloom plugin. Click on download and just click on plugin package. All right. And once it's done downloading, you are going to go to your website and we are going to upload that plugin. So go to dashboard, go to plugins, go to add new, click on upload a plugin, click on choose file, and we are going to select the Bloom plugin right there. All right. And I'm going to click on install now. And I'm also letting you guys know, you guys will need to create a MailChimp account. And the reason why I prefer MailChimp is because MailChimp is free for the first 1,000 subscribers. Other websites like Aweber will start charging you right away. So it's kind of not worth it to just, create an email list and then, start, accruing monthly fees, right? But MailChimp will give you that comfort of sort of, getting the email service for free. So go ahead and create an account with MailChimp.com. So I'm going to go to this website right now to show you what it looks like. MailChimp.com. It'll look just like this right here. All right. So go ahead and click on sign up for free and make an account. All right. And then I will meet you over here. So I am activating the plugin just like that. Okay, and go ahead and pause the video because I know it does take time to create an account with MailChimp because they're going to ask you to verify your email. They're going to ask you for all sorts of other information. I'm very aware of that. So feel free to just pause the video and just, make an account with MailChimp. And then once you're done, come back over here to plugins and then click on settings. All right, so we're at this blank page and the first thing we need to do is create a new opt-in. So go over here and just click on create a new opt-in. And now there's 6 different types. There's the pop-up, the fly-in, below the post, incline, locked content, which means it'll just lock your screen and they will be forced to close it. Or we can have it as a widget. And I will get to that a little later. But for now, we're just going to do fly in. All right. Now it's going to ask us to select an email provider. So once you have created an account with MailChimp, just go onto your dashboard and you will need to create a list. Okay. So over here, click on create a list. Now it's going to tell you have no lists. That's okay. We are going to create one. All right. So list name, we'll just put something like, Daryl's website. Just like that. And the email address it's from. Now, they actually recommend not using Yahoo or Gmail. I've tested it. It has worked with some of my Gmail accounts. So, for example, if I put in something like the doghole at gmail.com, usually they don't recommend I do that. Maybe it's because it's in caps. Let's see how that works. Let's see here. Yeah, see, if I put in lowercase, they detect it all of a sudden. If you guys get this error, you guys can just acknowledge the risk, or you guys can just decide to make a new account at mail.com. So I personally use mail.com for the campaigns. It's also a free service. It's just a different email provider. And like I said, you can click on sign up right here. And I know that this works, but you guys can also just use your basic account at Gmail. They're basically just saying, Sometimes it doesn't work, but that's fine. So I'll just click on I'll take the risk. And default from name. So I'm going to put that's from Daryl. Remind people how they signed up to your list. So you opted in at darylwilson.com, just like that. And I'll scroll down and you get some notifications. You can have a daily summary one by one, so I'm just going to click on save. I'm not going to choose any of those settings. So we have a list now. We have Daryl's websites. All right. Now we'll also need to get our API key. So to get that, click up here and go to profile. Click on extras and go down to API keys. Now you're going to get something that just looks right here where it says create an API key. Just go ahead and click on create an API key, and that's what it will look like for you. Okay, I already made one. So just go ahead and just copy this API key and go back to the Bloom plugin. Now it's going to say form integration. So we select an email provider. We're going to select MailChimp. And we need to select an account. So I'm going to click on add an account. Right there, you're going to get the same screen right here. It says add an account. You're going to put your username for MailChimp. So I believe mine is just Daryl. And then my API key. So I will go ahead and paste the API key in there and click on authorize. Okay, so that's a little pop-up from my iMac. So select your email list. I'm going to click on this. And you see how it says Daryl's website? That's how you know that it's working properly, because the Bloom plugin can detect your email list from MailChimp. So remember that my email form is called Daryl's. If I click on list right here, I'll show you Daryl's website. So the Bloom plugin is currently knowing that. It's reading that, so we know it's working. So you can click on Daryl's website. Now let's go ahead and design our opt-in. So basically now we've actually linked the websites together. So now whenever somebody goes to our plugin and enters in their email, it will go to our MailChimp account and you will start to see some more subscribers. Okay, so let's go ahead now and start showing you how to use this plugin. So you can go ahead and click on next, design your opt-in. Now they have hundreds of templates you can choose. So for now, we will just grab a template. So go ahead and pick one, take the time to just grab a template. Don't worry, we can customize everything in just a little bit. But I'm going to just select this black one right here, scroll down, and click on Next Customize. So subscribe your newsletter. Now, if you guys want to see how this looks, you guys can click on Preview right there. And this will show you how your current pop-up looks. So right here it says subscribe to your newsletter. This is for this section. Where it says opt-in message, this is for this section right here. Okay, and like I said, you can customize it, you can bold it, you can italicize it, whatever you prefer for your website. All right, now also for image settings. So you can have this image to the left of the text, above the text. You can have it below the text. So for example, you might want to add in your logo here when it says upload an image for image URL. So if I click on upload an image, like I said, I can select this one right here, which I previously selected. Click on set as opt-in message. And when I click on preview, you're going to see that image pop up right there. All right. So let's go ahead and keep scrolling down. And the image load on animation. So you can have it slide up, you can have it bounce or swing. So I'm going to select bounce and show you what that looks like. So I selected bounce, and you can click on preview right there. Now you see how the little image kind of bounces like that? So if you want to give your image, some sort of animation, this is where you would set it up. Okay. Now for opt-in styling, you can change the background color right here. So for example, mine is currently black. Now the header and the body font. So let me give you an example of what that is. So this right here is currently the header. So this setting, header font, applies to subscribe to our newsletter. The body font corresponds to this section right here. So if you want to change the text, you can do that. Also, where it says text color, right now I have light text. So if you want to change that, we can select something like dark text, but that would not look good for a black background, right? So I'm probably going to leave on light text. And for corner styles, you can have the corners rounded. So I changed it to rounded. And now I'm going to click on this little icon right here. It's like the preview. And you guys can see now it has that slight bend to it. My corners aren't that sharp anymore. So there's different ways you can sort of customize it. Now the form setup. So the form on the right or on the left, let's just give you an example. I'm going to put my form on the left. So now when they go to my pop-up, the email is on the left side instead of the bottom side. So as you guys can see right here, it gives you a lot of customization. So you can be creative, you can do whatever the hell you want. It has a lot of different options. So also it says button text, subscribe. If you want to change that, you can change that here. I'm just going to leave all of this blank. So it's pretty standard on what these mean. Now form styling, you can change it so you can have your, like I said, the rounded corners, the form style, stacked from fields. So let me give you an example of what that means. So stacked form fields. So if you click on that, well, actually it's not going to work because I think that we have it vertical. So we'll actually need to change it form on the bottom. And now I'll do stacked form fields right there. All right, so now you can see that the email is above the subscriber list. Now let's go ahead and change that setting to incline form fields. And now you see that they're sort of inclined together. It's not stacked anymore. So that's what that setting means, okay? Like I said, the form background color, etc. Now you can also give it an edge style. So you see right here how we have these this rivet pattern, these spiky rivet patterns. So if you want to see how that looks, you would just click on this little form right here. And now you see how we have these rivets, these little spikes right here. So you can choose the form edge style. So I'm going to close that. You can add in like a footer text, a success message to them saying, cool, welcome to the family. Maybe you want to be creative. I know that's what HostGator does. So after you've done, you're customizing all of this, like I said, take the time to really, spend time to, find out what you want to put on your pop-up form. Go ahead and click on Next Display Settings. So the display settings are, they're not that complicated. They're pretty easy to understand. So first I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. And I want to show you the display on. So do you want this to display on everything? Do you want it to display on just your home page, on your blog page, just on pages in general? So if you have a page for something like project, tags, categories, archives, you would select what you want it to show. Now, generally you might want to put it on everything, right? But it gives you this cool feature. So do not display on these pages. And it gives you the pages on your website. Now, I personally don't recommend, if you are using an e-commerce website, do not have it on the shopping page. Do not have it on the checkout page, right? Because if they see that, they might think they're going to get a discount for something. They might not shop at your website. They might say, oh, I'll subscribe and then maybe I'll get a coupon later and I'll come back. So I would not put it on any shop pages. I would not put it on a checkout or a contact us, I'm going to click on Contact Us. Now you can see that this pop-up will no longer show up on the Contact Us page. Now also posts. So if you're a big blogger, maybe you don't want these on certain posts. Maybe you're talking about going to Amazon as an affiliate and purchasing something. And if they see a pop-up, they might say, forget it. I don't know. You don't want to distract them. You just let them do their thing. Don't try to over-advertise to them, right? So I'm going to say, don't display on this one right here. So remember, now we have this pop-up displaying on everything except the Contact Us page and also this post right here on our website. All right. Now let's scroll up right here to load in settings. So we can have the intro animation as slide down. We can have it slide up, etc. Now trigger time after delay. So when you want this pop-up to sort of happen. So for example, I want to say after 10 seconds, right? Or we can trigger after an activity. So if they're not doing anything, if they're just sitting around, not doing anything, maybe they went to go get a glass of water, right? Well, let's just say after 30 seconds. So maybe when they come back, they'll see the pop-up form and say, oh yeah, cool, I was working on this. I'll go ahead and subscribe. I was doing something. So, they didn't know. Now, it can also be trigger after commenting. So if they comment on something, the pop-up will come up. Or you can do trigger after scrolling. So percentage down the page. So maybe around 50% when they're scrolling down. So for example, if I go to, this website right here and I start scrolling, after 50% of the page, the pop-up will come up. Now that's an option you can have, or you can say, after 10% of the page, you can get more aggressive. So after they scroll down 10% of the page, they will get a pop-up. So that is a really cool option. Now also trigger after purchasing. So if they've purchased it, you might want to give them a pop-up form. Now, see, that's okay. See, after they've bought the item, that's fine because they've already bought it. They're already done. Now they can get a subscriber list saying, yeah, cool, I bought this, maybe I'll sign up for their future coupons. But like I said, don't have it on the shop. Don't have it on the checkout. That is not smart. You don't want to distract them from shopping. Trust me. People will just see like a wrong color and they'll leave the website, Trust me, I know how bounce rates work. And also trigger on click. So somebody clicks on it. Do you want them to have this enabled? But for you guys are probably, a little bit newer. So you might want to stay from CSS selections. Display once per session. So basically that's saying, do you only want to show it once per session? So if they come to your website, that user will not get another pop-up for how many days? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Maybe after just 1 day, right? They come to your website, the pop-up shows up, they're going to close it. After that, they don't really want to see it for another, maybe 2 days. So that is what that section means. You can also hide it on the mobile. So if you don't want this to show up on mobile, you can hide this on the mobile. And you can also set the auto close after subscribe, which, if they after they subscribe, that's it. They will no longer get that. It'll just close, okay? So that is what those settings mean right there. And also the choose orientation, you can have it to the left or to the center or to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and save and exit this. And, actually, if you're using your own browser, I would not use it because if you go to the website, it might not show up because of your cookies. So if you want to test run it or you want to see how it looks, you'll probably need to go, close your cookie section. And then from there, the pop-in form will work. So you guys can see right there, it just popped up. Subscribe to our newsletter. That looks really cool. And I can just put in put in my email address and then click on subscribe. And it's done. You have successfully subscribed and then it just went away. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, the Bloom plugin is very easy to use. If you're not using it, use it because if you have the Divi theme, you get it for free, okay? So that was my nutshell today about the Bloom plugin. If you guys have any questions or concerns, actually, let's go over the conversions. So right here, we have the impressions, conversions, and the conversion rates. Also, one other thing I want to point out, if you have any problems with the Bloom plugin, feel free to contact Elegant Themes and they will fix everything for you, okay? They offer support for this plugin. They will help you, anything that you personally need with the plugin, they will help you. So you can actually see your statistics, your conversion rates, etc. So if somebody comes to your website, like for example, we'll go to my website right here, and I'll give you guys a better idea of the conversion rates. Okay, I'm going to log in on my phone. So give me 1 second. I have this really cool, what is it called? Here, you guys will see it. You guys will see it. You guys will see it right here. All right, so I took my phone, and that's how I log in on my website. And you can do that with the Clef plugin. So if you guys are interested in doing that, that's how you do it. So I'm going to go over to Bloom right here, and you guys are going to see my my statistics. So I have around 6,689 impressions. That means how many times did the people see my pop-up? So I had around 6,000 impressions with around 48 conversions. I probably need to do some better work because that's kind of a bad conversion rate, 0.7%. But I also have Sumo Me plugin, so I'm kind of running double email opt-in forms. So that is what that means. So I can also go to my analytics right here. You guys will see that this week I got around 12 subscribers and my growth rate is around 3 a week. And it gives you all sorts of really cool information and analytics. And if you want to refresh these stats, you can refresh it, or we can go ahead and just clear the stats altogether and just say, okay, you know what, just clear them because I want to get like a fresh start, okay? And you can also do it for like the last 12 months. You can select last 2 months, last 30 days, etc., and it'll give you all that information, okay? So I just refreshed my stats, obviously, so if I go over home, it's going to reset everything, okay? So that is basically how you do the Bloom plugin in a nutshell. And remember, the impressions are how many times people saw it. Conversions are how many times people saw it and subscribed. Okay, so that is what all of that means. There are some other features. You can import your export your subscribers or your others, your other configurations, whatever you want. But I never use this stuff. I mean, I just basically get the subscribers from Sumo Me and Bloom, but Bloom does it automatically, so I don't need to do any of this. Next section will show your account. So it shows you your MailChimp account, your subscribers, and also your growth rates. And you know, if you guys are developers, or you guys are like really into you know, email stuff, you know, you can actually run A/B tests on this. So feel free to do some, you know, A/B testing. You can add a variance and all sorts of really cool stuff. Other than that, that's it. I've pretty much showed you all everything about the Bloom plugin. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment or let me know. And remember, you can contact Elegant Themes if you have a problem with the plugin, okay? And remember, you get it for free as long as you purchase the Divi theme. So it is definitely worth it. It's an amazing plugin. So that's it, guys. I'll see you all later.